So, I did this before, let's try it again. Again, I'll explain this to you guys. I don't need new equipment. I don't need a new computer. This cord right here, if it becomes dislodged at any point during any time of day, the computer's then sketchy on whether or not it recognizes I have a microphone. Because remember, when this microphone was first purchased, I had issues where it wasn't taking that audio. My computer would say, all right, well, this audio is available, so I'm going to use this instead. And it wouldn't use this microphone, which meant the audio quality was garbage. So the reason every now and then that there is a video minus audio is because of two reasons. One, I upgraded my audio. And two, I didn't check the video before I uploaded it. I've actually got better at that, but we were in a hurry. I'm kind of cranky. And I thought, well, should be fine. Because I knew the microphone had been unplugged, but I restarted the camera software after I plugged it back in, and I got a red light here saying it's on. So the red light doesn't mean anything, apparently, which is weird because if I completely unplug it, the red light goes out. That being said, let's get into it. Before I try my other video goodness of the day, let us discuss Colton Parayko. $5.5 million a year. It's a good contract. It's 5 years. The Blues have got a decent team. And I know there's Blues fans that are very happy with me right now. We'll get into previews soon where the Blues are concerned, and I'll discuss what I like and what I don't like about the Blues. And I'll probably upset people, but that's kind of how it goes these days. Tatar got what he wanted. Thomas Tatar gets a 4-year deal for $5.3 million a year. Now, by signing Tatar, Athanasiou is the only RFA of note for Detroit. And he's not going to get a big raise. So, what Detroit has now is very little cap space. And a team that's still probably near the bottom of the league. So, I understand. I mean, it's a tough spot Ken Holland's got himself in. He gave all these guys big money out of loyalty. Because Ken Holland's a very loyal GM. And in the 80s, the 90s, his loyalty to players was legendary, and everybody loved him for it. And you look at guys like Nick Lidstrom and Steve Yzerman, and there's a lot of players who played a long time in Detroit. And those are the guys who played their entire careers there. He brought Osgood back. I mean, and that was questionable at the time. Holland has been a great GM, but once their scouting wasn't light years ahead of everybody else's, like everybody talks about Zetterberg and Datsuk, and I agree. Zetterberg and Datsuk, fantastic players, late round draft picks, great moves by Detroit. So what happened is that, Zetterberg and Datsuk were great finds, but however Detroit was finding these players, other teams began to figure it out. And those great finds are now not just Detroit, and Detroit hasn't had any of those really big hits in a while. They're not pulling out franchise players in the 5th or 6th round, and it's that other teams have copied them and caught up to them. So now Holland is still just as loyal, but the team that he's got that he's loyal to isn't as good. And sometimes loyalty has its price. I know in Vancouver, part of what made Mike Gillis and his stay in Vancouver rather brief when you think about it, he was loyal to everybody. He gave everybody no trade clauses. He gave everybody no movement clauses. He gave them out like candy because he wanted to keep the team together, and it was however we got to keep this team together and keep it under the cap, we're going to do it. And he was out of a job because he kept guys that he should have been willing to let go. And the money that he spent on those guys should have been spent elsewhere. And that's a problem. Dean Lombardi in LA. Part of the reason he's gone is loyalty. So, it's an admirable quality, but it can be a problem later on. Ryan Dzingel is signed by Ottawa for 2 years, $1.8 million cap hit. Everybody who has watched my channel for more than a while knows Ryan Dzingel is one of my favorite players, one of my favorite Senators, and I'm very happy with this move. I think Dzingel is a very decent scorer. I think he has potential at both ends of the ice. I think he's a good third line option. I'm not enamored to think, oh, he's going to be a 25-30 goal scorer. He's going to be a no. The guys that I like are hard workers. They may not get in the lineup every night. They try their hardest when they're in there, and they show a little bit of something that makes you think there might be something more there. So yeah, sometimes those guys turn out to be a Jeff Tambellini, who I always thought there was something more, and it just never quite arrived. And sometimes they turn out to be a little bit better. And I always use Ulf Dahlin as the example, and I'm really looking forward to seeing his kid in a Canucks uniform. But Dzingel 1.8, very reasonable, and you'll see teams now are rushing to get these signings done before arbitration. Nobody wants to sit through an arbitration. Players and GMs do not want to sit through an arbitration. So we'll see more of these contracts getting done, more players getting signed in the coming weeks. So again, I apologize for the audio issue that happened with the first time this one was uploaded. It is probably going to happen every now and then. I'll do my best to nip it in the bud and prevent it, but it's part and parcel of technology and of the upgrade in sound. Yeah, if I use the sound on the computer, if I re-enabled the actual sound from the computer, then that would mean that if it doesn't pick up this, it'll use the sound from the computer. But there's going to be times where it goes, well, why do I need the microphone? I got a sound card right here. I can use this. And then people will be saying, your audio's off. Your microphone's a little wonky. The other thing, too, is to keep in mind, and it's really easy to forget this. I worked a full 8-hour shift today. It was really hairy. I got pretty PO'd today at work. And I kept it together. So when I came home and I hurried a video together because I knew we had to go right back out the door, I was PO'd at the time I did that too. So these things happen. I try to make sure I get videos done for you guys, and sometimes technology blows up in my face. But this will work. I'll verify it works before I upload it, and you guys can go ahead and hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. The curtains, those are my wife's. I have nothing to do with those curtains. But if I ever start a Neil deGrasse Tyson themed channel, those could work really, really well. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys again soon. I do have 2 more season previews to do tonight. I have not forgotten. They will get done. And for people on the East Coast, it's already about 10 o'clock your time, and I apologize that they're probably going to be late at night for you guys. And for you people in Europe, I don't know why you're subscribers to me, because I'm going to be waking up in the middle of the night for years. But I will always be here as long as you guys are out there, and thanks for watching.